Okay, let's do some baking. And this is my chocolate cake. It's a double layered and has a great buttercream icing. Let's do it. I'm gonna start out by preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, get it nice and hot, and then on to the dry ingredients. In a nice big bowl, I add 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, the same amount of all-purpose flour, and then from here on out, I do like a little sieve or sifter for the cocoa, which is 3/4 cup. It tends to be a little bit lumpy, so that's why I like using that. And then to lighten things up, I also use 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, as well as baking powder. And then we're just gonna give that a nice little sift through. And this is especially good when you get to that cocoa. If there's any lumps, you wanna force those through with the back of a spoon. And then I like to just take a whisk and incorporate all of that dry ingredients until it's nice and homogenized. Okay, with the dry ingredients done, let's get on to the wet. For the wet ingredients, we want an 8-ounce cup of freshly brewed hot coffee. I'm using the Nespresso machine today with a Starbucks pod for that 8 ounces of coffee. And to that, we're gonna also add 1/2 cup of a neutral vegetable oil, the same amount, another 1/2 cup of milk. We'll throw in the coffee to cool things down a little bit for that coffee before giving it a stir, and then cracking in 2 eggs, along with a teaspoon of Morton's kosher salt and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, finally time to add our wet to the dry, and we're gonna pretty much do it all at once. I like switching over to a spatula here just to help ease all of the dry into the wet. Well, let me tell you about the pans for a moment. I'm using 2 9-inch round cake pans that I've buttered the insides, and then I've laid down a round of parchment in each and buttered again. And I'm also using these baking belts or bands, which you soak in water and then wring out and put around the pan right before baking. They help to keep the cakes really flat and even. Okay, that's looking good. And before we pour out into our pans, let's get our baking sleeves around each pan. Trust me, from experience, don't try and do this after you've poured the batter into the pan. It just doesn't really work so well. It's almost like putting a belt on. Okay, we're just gonna grab the kitchen scale here. I like grams. We're gonna zero out our pan. They should both weigh about the same. All right, we're right around 600 grams. In my experience, these are always around close to 600 grams. They're reading about 590, 592. I think that's plenty even for my taste. These will go into an oven that's preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, but then I'm gonna reduce the temperature down to 325 Fahrenheit immediately after I put them in. They usually bake in my oven for about 25 to 27 minutes. And a skewer in the middle comes out clean. We're done. I just want to make the point about these cloth cake rings that we soaked and wrapped around the pans. These cakes are perfectly flat. No doming. Love it. Beautiful. I'm gonna let our cakes cool in the pans for about 20 minutes, but you have to get them out or else condensation will form and then they'll stick. So I'll invert them, get them completely out of the pan, pull off that parchment paper, and let them cool completely before we get to the icing. Okay, our cakes have been cooling for a little bit. They're still warm, but what I like to do is I always keep a plastic knife in the drawer just for this. I don't like to scratch my pan, so I'm going to go around the edges. They've kind of pulled away anyway, which feels good. Cake 2. I think I heard a plop. Yeah. peel back our parchment nice and slow. You don't want to take any chunks of the cake. It's still nice and moist. These guys are looking great. Okay, let's talk about the buttercream for a hot minute. All of the ingredients are listed below in the description of the video, but you want softened butter that you whip up a bit, and then I add sifted powdered sugar, sifted cocoa. I'm back to that Hershey's dark that I love. A bit of vanilla, and then a few tablespoons of half and half or whole milk until you get the consistency that is nice and spreadable. Oh, so good. Okay, we've got our chocolate buttercream made. Let's ice the cake. For icing the cake, I have this rotating cake pedestal, and I'm taking this cake to a party. So I'm gonna lay down a little bit of icing and then a cardboard cake round. I slide pieces of parchment paper right underneath the first cake so that I can ice it and then pull those out later, and I get really neat edges. I'm not doing any piping here. I'm just gonna lop on some icing. For the middle layer, I guess it's somewhere between a half to 1 cup. Spread that out, and then the remainder goes all over top. I take my time with this, and sometimes I just ice the middle and the very top of the cake, but I am gonna get into the sides today. I want to eat it now, but it's for a party tomorrow. Best investment, cake carrier. How am I going to get this to a party? This guy. I hope you try making a chocolate cake from scratch with chocolate buttercream icing, and I hope you enjoy it. There was actually one piece left to take home after the party, and I cannot wait to dig in. Yeah, so good. Oh. No. Ooh, icing.